How to give the best ROI for sponsorship advertising dollars. Becoming the brand ambassador, grounded in core values, winning with your knowledge and passion for cars. Hello, I'm Kirk Barnett, and you're watching rpmAdvocates, horsepowered by hospitality, to give you the best ROI, return on investment. ROI is a two-way street, time and money for all involved. It's not about what you get from the sponsor and or employer, employees, customers. It's about what you can do for them. You need to understand the other person or organization's position, purpose, perspective. Have a BATNA. A BATNA is your best alternative to negotiated agreement. Know your BATNA and the other party's BATNA before you get started. It's your plan B. If you're going to negotiate something, we need to know, as far as if it's not going well, what's our plan B? What's the other person's plan B, so that you can negotiate and make this thing work out. I have big dreams for rpmAdvocates. I have a plan on how to get there, where I am. I'm working the plan with a few BATNAs. And I'm sure I'm going to have more BATNAs along the way. It all started with one guy with an idea and a few conversations. And it's like I've said before in some of the videos, it all starts with a conversation. How do you get something going? It's got to be personal. Just sending an email, getting in somebody's inbox, it might work, but then again, odds are it won't. Through a few conversations, have the privilege to represent SEGA, which is a SoutheastGassers association, and it is an ultra cool, old school 1967 and older drag racing, 4-speed, no rev controls. When these guys stage the cars, they've got to do it all with their foot, bump it in there. If they don't have enough engine speed, you're going to bog the car. If you got too much engine speed, you're going to float the valves, tag a valve, a lot of bad things that can happen. And then you got to go out there and you got to make the gear changes with an H shifter, standard H shifter, which sometimes they call that a millennial anti-theft device. But it's not one of these late model, just bang it back and forth shifting. You got to go through the H pattern. So given plenty of opportunity to screw up. And so if you go to the starting line and if you're not the fastest car, well, you still got a chance. They've got A gas, B gas, C gas, AFX, super stock, and they've also got H gas. H gas is 6 cylinders and 4 cylinders. They've got something for everybody. Really cool organization to go along with. Fortunately, I'm going to be able this year to also help represent Contingency Connection. Contingency Connection has two big things. Racer rewards. The racer rewards, this book right here has got approximately $4,000 worth of different rewards in there. If you win a race, you get one of these books, or however the track decides to give away the book. A participating track gets 50 of these serialized books, and they can do with them whatever they do to help promote their organization. The other neat thing from the sponsor side, the manufacturer side, the brand, about why they want to deal with Contingency Connection is because of their engine builder. It's the engine professional and performance shop rewards. This right here is kind of the same thing as the racer rewards, but if you are an AERA, which part of their Engine Builders Association, you get one of these books. And if you're not part of them and you are a machine shop, send me a text. Send a text to rpmAdvocates, which is 678-395-6575, and tell me you're an engine builder. I just need to be able to Google your shop. I'll send the information in, and I will get you on the list to become a engine builder right there. SNRA, which is a Southern Nitrous Racers Association, hopefully going to be able to help those racers also a little bit. And the Outlaw PRO Mods, which is the Southern Shootout Outlaw Pro Mods. Also text box. Text box, if you've got a business, to be able to send and receive a text message on your landline, text me, 678-395-6575, text box, and I'll get you some information on there. It's all about trying to go and just make connections. I'm figured on using a fair amount of advertising dollars, contingency dollars that are available in some cases, co-op dollars, co-op advertising. There is $70 billion in 2023 of co-op money, and 40%, which was $28 billion, was not used. And that's the foundation that I'm trying to start rpmAdvocates, helping the end shop, the end user, the small WD, even the larger WD. I don't consider anybody a competitor. I look at everybody as far as we're working so hard to keep this market alive and growing and thriving. And there's lots and lots of good things going on there. As far as rpmAdvocates, I would love, as far as for us, and us is me and you, depending on what you do in this market, I would love to be able to help you do what you do. If you're a racer, let's get out there, and let me get right here. Sometimes I forget my talking points. For the, here, I'm messing up right here. For the racer, we will negotiate deals that will allow you to focus on being, doing what you do as far as racing. Hopefully getting to be able to reduce your costs by getting some advertising, co-op, contingency, sponsor, whatever you want to call it, which is somehow or another either getting you product or money to get you to go to the races. There's several different ways of getting revenue, displaying your car. There's some things like, well, I don't want to go do that. Well, fine, don't do that. We'll, tell me what you want to go do, and we'll do the best we can to help you do it. For the racetracks, we're going to go out there and help them promote their races. I'm going to go back to the SoutheastGassers. For the SoutheastGassers, we, as far as rpmAdvocates, are going to be able to go and use the SoutheastGasser logo for the racer who's made a commitment to run all 11 races this next year. That's 11 races at 9 different tracks. I've identified 35 different markets that we're going to work in. We're going to do pre-race promotions for the track to help them get spectators, to get advertisers. There's just venue that we can do so much to help our industry, and that's where we're going. For the installers, the retailers, they're actually the people that sell the product. That's the pull through, getting it to, whatever it takes to help them become a brand ambassador, to be able to look at that product and realize this is a product that I know, I love, I trust. And there's several ways we can help them. With the warehouse distributors, we can help them thrive by getting more product to flow through their building. And when they look at their unused co-op money, would love to have the opportunity to work with any WD that does business in the Southeast. Because right now, the Southeast, is where I'm focused. We're still small, but it is a we effort because we've got the SoutheastGassers. We've got the Contingency Connection. Hopefully going to be able to work with several of the manufacturers within Contingency Connection to help them thrive in different areas. At the fact of doing grassroots, face-to-face communication. Doing at the SoutheastGassers, they mainly race on Friday at lunchtime. They have test and tune. They make some passes, grudge races. It's fantastic as far as watching them on Fridays. But Saturday morning, they have 2 rounds of qualifying, and then they go race and put on one awesome show. But Thursday night before the race, my desire is to help the racetrack do a pre-race promotion to sell some tickets, to get people in there, to do promotions. It could be an advertising because the guy's using X brand, that this company has gone out there and bought a block of tickets, and we're going to help them give them away if they're using their product, they're doing whatever. But doing a Thursday night promotion at a parking lot somewhere, it could be a car show, what have you, hopefully benefiting a local charity. And lots of racers, I said, would you be willing to go and take your car to this place? And they're like, as long as I don't lose my excellent parking spots at the track, I'll hold them space, and we'll make all that stuff work as far as that end. For the manufacturer, the reps, I mean, we're looking at just a number of strategic marketing campaigns, whether it be contingency, various sorts of advertising. It's just getting out there and getting conversations started. And this is something that I have been passionate about for a long time. Getting ready to go to the PRI show. I've actually, I'm trying to see where it is. PRI 2025, 2024 for the 2025 year is what I'm working on. I'm getting a little ahead of myself right there. But 2025, I'm going with the media, rpmAdvocates. I look at PRI in the past, and I have been fortunate that years ago, I was a buyer, for BCI Performance Warehouse, Barnett Performance. I've been to the PRI show as an exhibitor. Where the exhibitor was, this was with Penrite Oil. We were selling their product as far as an Australian product. And see right here, as far as Penrite, in 2012, I was fortunate enough that I went as a guest of the Victorian government to Melbourne for 15 days. Got to see a Formula One race. That was really, really cool. But I got to talk to a lot of different companies about how to do business in the United States. So fortunately, I've been able to see this marketplace from a lot of different directions. Being involved directly, understanding from the sponsorship level, from the racer side, the Super Quick series. Went out there with Barnett Performance. This is a couple of felts, but we did the Super Quick series back in, I believe, 91, 92, and 93. Had whatever all sponsors. Matter of fact, as far as on this one right here, if you look at it, we had the Crane Cams Quick 8 Shootout. We had the Felpro Best Run Award. We had the SoutheastGasser Quick Draw. And we had the Valvoline 4-Second Club. Some really cool stuff that went on back then. Had a really, really good time. Matter of fact, I had such a good time, and in doing that, where was this thing? I was fortunate enough that in 1992, because the racers attending the banquet and all that kind of stuff, I'm sitting there talking away as far as when they're doing the Person of the Year award. They called out the person who won it, and I didn't realize that actually I got the Southeast Division Person of the Year for helping put that together. And it all starts with a conversation. And I would love to have the opportunity to have that conversation with you about what we can do for you. If you just give me an idea about where you want to go, we'll make her work. The SoutheastGasser t-shirt, which would want to do the same thing with SNRA, and the Southern Shootout Outlaw Pro Mods, we'll go get a t-shirt, get it made up, but let's go sell the back of it. Let's sell the back of it. Let's find somebody as far as a manufacturer who does business with whatever installers. And that way the installer can get a t-shirt because he uses their product. And it's just, how do we get stuff to flow together? And, PRI 2024 is coming up this next week. I'm actually leaving Tuesday afternoon to be up there Wednesday afternoon to get some information, to meet a few people and what have you. The show officially opens Thursday morning. And if you're going to the PRI show, please send me a text. That's 678-395-6575. If you are a vendor, tell me your booth number, and I would love to come by and see you. And I'm going to randomly see a lot of people. I'm going to go up and we've got a number of questions that we're going to do, as far as, hopefully I'm going to do some shorts and stuff of that nature. And what will that be? About asking them what's their latest product for this year. What do they have? What's new? What's exciting? Finding out that we're going to do business next year, if everything works out right, in over 30 markets. We're looking at Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, Ohio. There's a Southeast Gasser race, and the bigger towns in between and stuff like that. Would like to spend at least a week in each one of those markets, and just take it one day at a time and kind of go from there. We're looking at 3 different industries. The automotive industry is a no-brainer, been there for forever. The hardware industry, lots of co-op money. Hopefully going to be able to do something like with Ace Hardware. Ace has got so many things that our racers use. Our racer has a car that they can put in front of an Ace Hardware store and do a promotion. Hopefully, if we've set up a t-shirt deal for that particular racer, when he's in front of that Ace Hardware, he's selling his t-shirts. It's just win, 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 win. And how do we go and do we make these deals come about? It all starts with a conversation, and it's, as far as we're concerned, when we look at it, we can broker, we can coordinate, we can facilitate, we can mediate, we can negotiate, whatever you need done. And when you look as far as making a deal come together, always remember, what divides can actually connect. And what connects, if you're not careful, can divide. So you've got to put this plan together. We got to have an entry plan. We got to get the person's, get them excited about what can we go and do for them. But you got to show them both the entry plan and an exit plan. I mean, what if this thing didn't go as well as they want to? They need to know what their best case, what their worst case scenario. If they need to pull a parachute on this whole program, what does it actually look like? We need to stay in their comfort zone. Understanding the values of all the parties, making sure that we have the mindset to make a difference in their sales, to make a difference in the community of the racetracks, and just have fun. And, we should be able to make agreements that are durable. And there's all different sorts of traps that, if you're not used to making agreements, there's negative traps and positive traps. The negative trap, if we're not careful, you exaggerate the cost while overlooking some of the benefits. Positive traps, you focus on the benefits while you're overlooking some of the cost. So just keep in mind that, if you haven't done this, if you want some help, I'd love to help you. Depending on where we are, I've got other people. The goal is for each racetrack that is running one of the Southeast Gasser races, I would love to have a track ambassador that's actually an extension of the rpmAdvocates, that we're helping the local racer, the local racetrack, and more than just when Southeast Gassers came into town and left, that hopefully when we come into town, it's we're making a difference, and we're making a difference even for the local racer. And there's just so much that we can do, and just welcome the opportunities to be able to get out there and do that. Any questions, please, comment, like, text, share. Currently, on this rpmAdvocates, I've only got 25 subscribers. So to be able to get up a little bit higher, I do need a little bit of help right there. I greatly appreciate it. I'm very grateful for the fact of being able to get a media badge, and I didn't have the subscribers, but if you Google my name, Kirk Barnett, PRI, back in, I think it's about 2006, in Orlando, I was fortunate enough to be on a panel with the PRI. And as far as doing that, I said, well, if you go and Google that, I was there, and that should meet the numbers requirements for somebody doing a promotion for PRI. And then I said also, when I went to Australia in 2012, the former president of the PRI, I went down there with him for 15 days. So I do understand this industry. I understand it from the standpoint as far as a racer. I had my little super comp, super quick dragster. Most people don't know this, but the first ever super quick race was in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I went up there to see if I could qualify and actually won the race. So, I would just love the opportunity to help you. If there's anything, ask the question. You can put the question in the comments. You can send a text, and it's that text 678-395-6575. If you go into the PRI show, reach out. I'd love to talk to you. Let's have a conversation, and maybe we can even do a short and get you on RPM Advocates. Take care. Thank you.